Welcome to another episode of the Swoop Shoes Podcast, episode number 58, as we finish up All Star Weekend and, and we start off the post All Star break push to the playoffs. So we got the crew here. We got Eric, aka myself, 33 and 22, trying to get my players back healthy. Um, We got Armani, aka we going undefeated the rest of the season at 56 and 26. We got Ernest, aka Lake Show, and we got Josh, aka Sean Marks. You on next, and he brought out the classic. He brought out the classic brown bag. It is getting
Yo.
dire in Brooklyn.
You know what's
Oh,
crazy?
man.
I'm like, damn, we about to do a whole episode without Josh or Cam, and then he surprises us with that.
Oh man, it's a tough scene on Atlantic and Flatbush right now.
I already got a clip. Shit out the gate.
Yeah, man, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad down there at the Barclays. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully at some point they'll persevere because they had a coach that said, "Hey, I'm going to build around my offense around Ben Simmons." But we'll get to the Nets. We'll get to the Nets later in the show. But first on the docket, the most recent event, All-Star Weekend, and the lack thereof of excitement that we've witnessed this past weekend. The highlight of All-Star Weekend was obviously the 3-point shootout, and then the 3-point shootout contest, and then Sabrina Ionescu versus Steph Curry, which I think they should do more with WNBA players and participating in those events in during All-Star Weekend. But aside from that, it was pretty lethargic and wasn't exciting for the most part, and the All-Star game itself was terrible. I mean, give your guys thoughts.
So All-Star Weekend is something I can say every basketball fan looks forward. I'm gonna speak for myself. I just, always reminisce being a kid, gearing up for All-Star Weekend. I'm not a football guy, so this is my Super Bowl. I look forward to this every single year. And couldn't watch much of it. Friday night, I don't care about the celebrity game and everything. I mean, it was still fun to watch, especially when I was a kid. Saturday night, of course, I always look forward to it. The dunk contest, the shooters that we had at the time wasn't like premier knockdown shooters like we have in this day and age, but it was the dunk contest. Guys like Gerald Green, Dwight Howard, Nate Robinson, guys who were like elevated that, especially when every single year they would say that the dunk contest was dying out. They would constantly elevate it with the showmanship and the dunks and everything. And then the All-Star game itself, of course, something I was looking forward to. Rest in peace to my guy Kobe, but he always came to show, always came to play. LeBron always came to play. D Wade, Nash, Dirk, KG, Duncan, Yao. That's the era I grew up on, right? So for this week to just be just very disappointing, it was just like to the players, if you don't care, then I won't care, And I understand this whole entire event is just big on money and everything, and it's definitely easier said than done to say, yo, we're gonna boycott the All-Star game. We're not. We're gonna continue to watch every single year, but I just think that it was a slap in the face to the fans. Them tickets are expensive, by the way, very expensive.
Very much so.
I checked. In Indiana, $400 for nosebleeds. 400 could get you lower bowl at the Garden, depending who's playing. You feel me? Same thing with Staples. Same thing with Barclays. I just think that's crazy. But it's a slap in the, and then it's also a slap in the face of the NBA family, to the legends. So I just seen a report before we went live that Iggy, Larry Bird, and I believe Oscar Robinson. I think
Julius.
Julius. Yeah, sorry,
Julius Erving.
Julius. they went around to the locker room just expressing the importance of how important it is to be in this position that they are in. And for them to come out and just, I don't know. Well, let me ask y'all this question: what All-Star game was worse, last year or this year?
Listen, I get, the competitiveness and the old heads and the OGs wanting these guys to play hard, and rightfully so, they should.
Josh, can you breathe, bro?
Yeah, we don't want you passing out on Sean Marks's dime, okay? But like, we gotta be for real. Like, look at everything like the players have to do up until like the actual game.
Yeah,
They're doing charity work, they're doing media, they're it's all types of stuff that they're doing before we even get to the actual game.
They got their little WWE theme song before they play
right.
the game.
You know what I'm saying? And by the time they get to the game, even a reporter, I forget who it was, and I'll look it up, but even some reporters were like, man, like I'm just a reporter and I'm tired.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, like, maybe the NBA needs to, instead of looking at the game itself and say, okay, what can we do that we can cut all the excess stuff? And, because at the end of the day,
I think it was JJ Redick, because I was watching.
Yeah, it might have been JJ Redick. It might have been.
He was like, the game starts at 8:30. Meanwhile, 8
no,
o'clock.
the game starts at 8
o'clock.
And kickoff is at 8:42.
8:42.
So it's like 42 minutes of what? You know what I'm saying? So like, the NBA needs to look at it from, Josh, you good? You're like, you're struggling over there, fam. But the NBA needs to look at it from a standpoint of, what can we do to eliminate all the other stuff? Because yes, the All-Star game is actually meant for the people in attendance, not necessarily the people who's actually watching it. If that makes sense, because the experience of the All-Star game, you get that while you're at the event. You're at these things, these social events that happen, and you're networking and all that good stuff, and you're at these parties and all this other stuff, right? And it's celebrity driven, so it's actually, the events are actually for the fans that are in attendance, but because what they do off camera that we don't get to see, it affects the aesthetic of the game, because by the time the game starts, the players are like, man, listen, it's the last day. I'm trying to go home. I got a second half of the season to worry about. Like, I'm trying to get whatever extra rest I can get. Games start on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I want to get back home. I want to get some rest. I want to,
Dibs is about to play me 48 minutes.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Come on, Eric.
It's like we got to look at it from that standpoint too. It's not just what. Yes, a part of it is the competition and the players not wanting to, not necessarily go full throttle, but like at least give a shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and in that regard, yes, the competition got to be better. Like, I don't want to see Luka Doncic on a 2-for-1 with 36 seconds left, shoot a shot court, like quarter court. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I also understand, like, man, we ain't trying. We're tired. Not necessarily tired, but like, I'm just like over all this extra stuff, and now I got to play a game that doesn't really mean anything. And if I go too hard, and if I get hurt, that opens up another can of worms. So, like, I just think, like, there has to be some tweaks as to what the players do leading up to the game. Because back in the day, the games were at like what? In the early afternoon. Back in the day. And that was the thing they did. It was the game early and everything else was afterwards. So, it's just I think the extracurricular activities that the NBA has to look at and see what they can cut bait from.
Okay. I hear that, Ernest. Y'all hear me fine in this?
Yeah, you good, bro. Sound a little muffled, but we get you. We get you.
All right, better like this, better like this. All right.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh man, you're down bad, Josh. You're down bad.
Listen. I hear you, Ernest, but this is what they get paid the extra millions for? I don't want to hear you tired after doing appearances because people want to see you. I don't want to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like. This is what Jaylen Brown is getting paid $300 million for, right? These are what these super max contracts is for, right? These all-stars. This is what they played for. I don't want to hear you're tired after, oh, I got to show up for a charity event. I don't want to hear that. You there to play a basketball game. Why do these players show more effort in runs in the summer than for all-star game?
It's a fact.
That's a real question to me. That makes no sense. And I don't want to hear the excuse of, oh,
because it's less
hurt.
gimmicky though. Like those games, you know, like those street ball games and all of, like those are less gimmicky than an actual like. All right, we got to hit Jennifer Hudson, bro. And no disrespect to Jennifer Hudson, but like no one asked for that for a halftime show.
I didn't know who was performing either.
Me
so
neither.
I didn't know because usually they announce it.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be Nas because they kept playing Mad Nas. That's just me. I picked up on that, but still,
that's fair. But at the same time, if you could go hard in the summer for these Chris Brickley runs, you could put on a show for fans and then a lot of money in a weekend in Indiana.
I get you.
I'm
not arguing the fact that you have a point. Yes.
I just feel like I get what you're saying though, but I just feel like players are just way more selfish towards fans now because this is a game for the fans. This is an event for the fans. You can't do that for the fans, and I feel like you just like, I don't care. I don't care if you got us play what Omani said, $400 for nosebleeds. Come on, man. In Indiana at that? Come on, man. What are we talking about?
No,
players got to be more self-aware and care for the fans because they're already doing that bull about sitting in the season as it is. So I just think it just comes down to the players. We could fix all we want. It just comes down to the players and what they care about. They don't care. That's the problem with the NBA right now.
Yeah, that's a fact. Eric, you want to chime in?
Hey, wait. Before Eric goes, I did say, Ernest, I need that clip, man. I said the East was going to win. I just didn't know they was going to drop 200.
Yeah, I mean, the East, I mean, you could tell the West got a bunch of old heads, and it was just like, all right, like, let's just get through with this. Like, the minute I saw the way Jokic was playing, I was all, Jokic is not taking this thing seriously.
He did the same last year. Him and Luka did it last year, and Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
What really got me tight was that on the Lakers Instagram, like they was asking AD like, and then Reggie and Candace was like big and like talking it up before the game started. They was like, look at the size comparison polls between the East and the West, and I'm like, bro, they not doing that. They about to go out there and just have fun. Like it's not about advantage and disadvantage and this guy is quicker than the other. Like they all about to go out there and just do. It's about to be recess.
Yeah.
Even we play harder in recess. Recess was game 7 of the NBA Finals, bro. We going back to second period, sweating bullets. Come on, bro.
Man, you had recess mad early. Second period?
I mean, dependent. Yeah, I had gym class in high school, like second period, bro. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's nasty.
But, yeah, oof. I know it's crazy.
I was on a basketball team, so I used to cut. Anyway, never mind. But
yeah, no.
I had gym class all day.
Right. You had that one teacher that you did not want to go to. You in gym. They're like, "How you in gym?" Don't worry about it.
Funny story. We used to middle of the day. We used to go to gym class in the middle of. We didn't care what classroom was in the gym class. We would take it over and do full runs. Running straight fulls. The teacher be yelling, calling the dean and everybody.
But for real though, like it was just. I don't know. Like as a fan, it was just like, yo, this is so okay. So here's the question now. What do we do? Like, what is because like
let's get Eric's thoughts first. And
yes,
then we'll
absolutely. Yes.
So I was like in and out of the All Star game because I was out, but I got to tune in a little bit, and uh, times have changed. Nowadays it's like, okay, do they even want to compete in the All Star game anymore? And they just don't. They just don't want to because they see it as a break, as Andy Edwards said, like, yo, this, and he said that he uses some All Star break as a All Star game as like this weekend as a break, to get away from the game, get away from the grind, all that. Like, okay, fine, y'all need that, but at some point that the competitive nature needs to get back to at least some degree, because like you have like I mentioned earlier, like you had like legends like who were literally like just like crying out just to tell you like, yo, please if you're playing the All-Star game, just compete, at least have some pride. And it's like it's really come down to that. So I know and not just the game, but I think the entire weekend was just like, oof, y'all could have done a little bit more better with your effort, especially in the slam dunk contest and in the game itself. Um, I think the only saving grace for this weekend was the 3-point shootout, and the Steph versus Sabrina competition. Um, I don't know what other options they have to enhance the competitiveness of the All Star game. I don't know, because and I think that the thinking is that, okay, we got to use this also just use this week and a half to like refresh, reset everything, because once Thursday hit, it's the push to the playoffs, and I think that they're really saving they're really saving themselves for that playoff push, because like who got like how many teams are in contention for a playoff spot and a playing spot, like what, 25, 30 teams, at but basically like 20, 25 teams. So it's like, okay, but at the same time, it's like it's an honor and a privilege to be selected as an All Star, either as a starter by the fans or as coaches or from the coaches. So this should be some pride in being an All Star, being being a face of one of the faces of the league, one of the main players of the league of the NBA. So and like as a kid growing up, you like like we will get used to, like, we would get hyped up for the All Star game because like we get to see all the other stars and the other teams, and you see the likes of Kobe, Shaq, Duncan, KG, Iverson, MJ, um, David Robinson, Karl Malone, no pun intended. I'm just rambling off names like, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp,
T-Mac.
Grant Hill, T Mac, Vince
Yeah.
Carter,
That's
Ewing,
funny.
Houston,
J
Sprewell,
J Kidd.
Jason Kidd. It's like Mutombo, Steve Smith. I'm just rambling off names that
Like
we used to watch growing
showman,
up, and
also
showmanship.
competitive.
Shaq, David
Mhm.
Robinson, Tim Duncan. So it's like we want to see those guys. We want to see those superstars in one place on one court, show out, show off. Even though it's an exhibition game, but it's an all star. You represent your team, you represent your city, and you represent yourself and the fan base. In 1 week, in like on a weekend, it's like we should be proud, and like also like we as fans of teams, like we we, we should be proud of having teams, players from our teams represent
Mhm.
our team in the All Stars.
Mhm.
So it's like a symbolism of, okay, we got a star on our team, we got a superstar on our team.
Right.
So it's like if you're not gonna give us that energy back of, okay, we've been clamoring for you, we're going out for votes, we just like going on Twitter, like just like shouting out, yo, we should be in the All Star, you should be in the All Star, this is not, and voting every day, and then you come back, you get selected, and you don't show the effort, then like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. And
So,
it's
and it's
go
just
ahead,
like,
Eric.
and it's just like bro, like their team, their fan bases they're like other teams in the NBA whose fan bases or don't even have like an all-star, and it's like they're clamoring for one of the guys to become one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's an honor, it's a big deal, and it's like the effort and I just think I don't know if it's maybe it's the city in itself because Indiana is known as Nap City.
Mm,
So
I'm,
I I,
I
I don't I'm just maybe I'm just speculating, but it's like they
mhm.
could have done a better job as a host of a city. But then again, but like other cities have but done better than that. Like go like Salt Lake, Utah, Cleveland, you know. And then there's this, and I was reading something that's saying that there should be some only select cities that should have an all-star game because of
Mhm.
the warm weather. But it's like I don't
Mhm.
buy into that because like it's
It's cold. It's
each city
February.
it's February and it's February, it's cold everywhere. So
Right.
I don't it's like yeah. It could be in LA and still be in the 50 degrees. It still be cold to their
Yeah,
standards. So
I don't buy into that either. Because I
yeah.
feel like the last great All-Star game was like Toronto, and that's cold there.
Yeah. I thought Chicago was a was a great
Yeah, that
game
one
too.
too. That was a great one
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in 2020 before everything happened.
Mhm. Yep. Uh,
So
it, um,
I just also was like there's this, and I was also hearing that they could incentivize the players and like they're already making like 50 or $60 million per year. What more incentive do you want them if you make an all-star team? They're already getting incentives for the in-season tournament. So
mhm.
like that ain't gonna work. So I don't know. I don't know. But and if I don't know if you noticed the intro the towards the end of the game, Adam Silver presented the trophy
He was
to the Eastern
pissed.
Conference.
You heard it in
He's
his
like,
voice.
Ernie Johnson went to Silver, the trophy presentation. Then Adam Silver, the commissioner, turns to the Eastern Conference and it goes, well, the Eastern Conference, well, congratulations. Yeah. So that kind of like that rubbed some heads. Pause. No pun intended. But it's like because his thing is he wants to sell the NBA, the league. This is the
Mhm.
week of we want to sell the league, and plus also you have sponsors, big company sponsors like the Coca Colas, the Sprites, um, GM. The big corporations, the big sponsors, and he's trying to sell this. He's trying to sell this product to the sponsors. And guess what's also is happening? The TV rights, the TV deals coming up. So he wants to
Mhm.
sell that to the networks with so in that and if the product of the All-Star weekend and the All-Star game is like this, and you need me to tell me I gotta shell out what 3 to 4, $5 billion a year if I'm a TV network executive. It's like let me get back to you on that. So it's this whole thing has ramifications. So I hope everyone involved in the NBA, the players, they really sit down and just like really discuss what needs to be done. Just like give more effort, or something, because this can't keep on going.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It it makes these past few All Stars game like not even memorable, to be honest. And there was something that you said that I was just like, I just remember like going to school the following week, or like just the talk that was on social media at the time about like a very important moment that happened in All Star game. So like for an example, remember when Kobe blocked LeBron twice in All Star game? Like they was talking about that for weeks, because that I think that was on the peak of the conversation of the documentary that Michael Jordan had when he was like, who would he pick, Braun or Kobe? He was like KD. And then for Kobe to come and block LeBron, like that just added fuel to the narrative that was going on. I also remember when Jordan hit Jordan's last All-Star game, he hit the fadeaway. He hit the fadeaway And then on the next play now, Jermaine O'Neal fouls Kobe. Like
Yeah, that was
sending
the overtime
it
game.
was sending
Yeah.
the OT. But
Mhm.
like these past few All-Star games, like ain't nothing memorable, man. Like, I mean, I ain't gonna be talking about Dame hitting 2 half-court shots in like 5 years. I'm not, I say probably that was impressive, but like it's not memorable at this point, And Josh made a valid point, about like the tickets being like $400 and stuff like that. Like that's people paying out of pocket to go see that and to sit through that. Like that would suck. Like if I'm gonna pay X amount of dollars, I want to see like a great competitive game. I want to get my money's worth, And Ernest, you said something about the All-Star game is like just there for the people. When I was younger, I felt like I was there. Like just based off the quality of the entertainment that you was giving me. Like I was able to sit down, enjoy myself All-Star weekend, the backstage interviews, the behind the scenes stuff. I felt like I was there being a part of that as a young kid, So to like, I don't know, that's kind of weird, like that you say that, but I mean probably from your perspective, but like now I feel disengaged from it, honestly.
They should have never taken out the Elam scoring.
And I'm gonna be real, like I see a lot of people
That's
comparing
just
it
me.
to the Pro Bowl in the NFL. I could get why the NFL can't have a good All-Star game or Pro Bowl. It's because at the end of the season and it's a physical sport. This is in the middle of the NBA season. It's no excuse.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Mhm.
All in all, the product has to get better. There's we're also missing like rivalries, right, between players, and if that's at the All-Star game, then there's a little energy there. You know what I'm
Remember
saying?
Katie and Russ? Remember that year?
Yeah,
They were like, "Oh, he passing the ball. They're friends."
yeah.
Yeah.
But we're missing some of that too. So dunk contest, like
Can I just say this one thing, Jaylen Brown? What are you doing, bro?
doing the D-ball after was
I
crazy.
appreciate you. I appreciate you as an All-Star. Signing up for that because
Yeah, at least he tried. Yeah.
right. It's been a while since we got an All-Star in the actual dunk contest. But you mean to tell me you sat there in that gym, that practice facility for X amount of hours, and you thought that was the dunk that you was gonna come up with? You thought you was gonna dunk over Kai Cenat sitting in the chair, and you thought that was... Come on, bro.
Hey man,
Come on,
Jacob Toppin was robbed, bro.
Yes, I felt like
He was robbed.
I felt like they was trying to push for Jaylen Brown to win it. It was like,
Yeah, they
we
were.
not
They
about
were.
to
Yeah,
have
they were.
another.
They were.
We not about to have another G League win back to back in a
My-
dunk contest.
My man did the DJ Jazzy Jeff dunk.
Uh,
You know, when he gets thrown out by Uncle Phil. That happened to him. Yep.
what was crazy to me is that Stephen A. Smith went on his rant saying that the reason why the dunk contest is the way it is because it's LeBron James's fault, which is the most ridiculous statement. Because here's the issue I have with that statement. So he blames LeBron because LeBron is this big superstar, and because he didn't do it, the rest followed. So my question is,
not necessarily.
the last person who is a superstar to be in the dunk contest, right? Who had dunking ability, right? Was Dwight Howard. And before Dwight Howard, superstar. Listen, the operative word is superstar. Before Dwight Howard was Michael Jordan. From after 80, 88, whatever, 89, up until 2003, right? Because like LeBron, 2004, LeBron came in 04. Well, 2003, but 04, that's that year, right? Mm-hmm. Because they, since they blamed him, who was the superstar that had dunking ability that did not go into the dunk contest from that time?
It
So
can,
like to blame
yeah.
LeBron
Of that
where,
magnitude. I
where
get you.
everything before him, the superstars didn't do it. Like, how was that LeBron's fault? He only
Just
followed suit.
I'm just imagining being LeBron waking up at 7 a.m. and like and yo, the first thing I seen when I seen the take was the 50 Cent meme. Like, I can't say it's a family show, but LeBron probably eating his cereal with his
What you
family
say
at the
me
tip.
for?
Right. What I do? What did I do? Like, bro, it's crazy, bro.
So it's like
crazy.
I'm like, that's the most asinine thing to say. Like, oh, so Vince Carter don't count. Jason
Right.
Richardson don't count. Zach LaVine, Eric Gordon don't count. Fred Jones don't count. Desmond Mason don't count. Like, well, hold on. Nate Robinson don't count.
Andre Iguodala, come on now.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like you just shove away everyone else in between that time and say, well, the reason why dunk contest is trash because LeBron James didn't do it. He's in year 21.
Mm-hmm. Let it go. Get over
Let it go, bro.
That was like 13 years ago. Like,
Yeah.
You're blaming him because Ja is not in the dunk. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Oh,
And
don't forget Josh Smith. Remember that? Remember Josh Smith?
The left-handed Braun.
You know, like it's just like to put that onus on LeBron and say it's his fault. Like when Kobe did it, Kobe wasn't a superstar. Kobe didn't do it in 2004 and 2003. He didn't do it then, right? Like think about these like superstars. Those guys didn't get in the dunk contest. Like what? Come on, man. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, I just like, and it's really crazy that shout out to my boy. Oh, he's watching the show and he literally texted me exactly what I was about to say. I remember that year, Dwight just won a dunk contest. I believe it was 2009. I could be wrong, but Cheryl Miller on the sideline
asked LeBron, and he's like, "I'm preliminary putting my name in the dunk contest."
Yeah.
Right. Little did I know, I was young, so I didn't know if he was like drunk or anything. But that's what it seems. Watching it, that's exactly what the case was.
Yeah.
I remember the following year, 2010 All-Star Game in Dallas. We got Shannon Brown. Shout out to Shannon Brown. LetShannonDunk.com. If you know, you know. If you know, I'm gonna look at the camera when I say, if you know, you know. Come on. We got young DeMar DeRozan, rookie year DeMar DeRozan. We got Gerald Wallace and Nate Robinson. And that dunk contest was so lackluster.
Yeah.
Out of all of the times Nate Robinson won, that one was lackluster. And obviously, if you had Braun in it, definitely would have elevated it. But we still had some great dunkers. But that just kind of like, for me being a kid, that kind of sucked. That really sucked because I was looking forward to it. You feel me?
No. I was looking forward to LeBron being the dunk contest, but I'm also not gonna like condemn him. Like at the end of the day, like I get it. Yes, MJ did it, but when MJ did it, MJ was a megastar when he did it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? This wasn't MJ coming out of UNC. This is MJ scoring title. Mm-hmm. Already donned the greatest player of all time. Already donned
MVP on his belt, right?
Yes.
Yeah, had an MVP.
Multiple. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all right, like
this is before he won those chips.
Right. And he's going up against another megastar at that time in Dominique Wilkins.
Yeah.
Like we got to stop this. Like, oh, we're blaming LeBron. That is the most dumbest thing you can say. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But all in all, All-Star Weekend was pretty lackluster. Josh, you got anything on the dunk contest?
It's just what I said for the All-Star game. It's the same thing. These players, they're scared and they don't care. I say they scared because, social media is a thing now. And anything you do bad is going to be a big.
Yeah, I mean, look at Jaylen Brown. He's a whole meme.
That's why I feel like a lot of players don't do stuff like that. You see, like I respect Jaylen Brown for going out there and trying at an all-star level, going out and just doing it, even though it sucked. Just like right? Even though it sucked, but he tried. I could give him that. He tried, bro.
Yeah.
I can't say the same for people like Like, okay, John got an excuse this year, but why hasn't John done it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Zion.
It's LeBron's
like,
fault. It's LeBron's fault, apparently.
It's not LeBron's fault because I feel like
But I'm just saying, but you're proving the point. Like, it's like those guys are like should have been in the dunk contest, right?
Mhm.
Or should be. But it's like we're blaming LeBron James because those guys don't want to do it. Like, he has no merit of what the decisions are, what they want to do. But as you said, Ja should have been it. Zion should be in it. Who else is a high? I mean, to an extent, Derrick Jones Jr. Like, and he was in the dunk contest before.
Yeah, he
years ago.
won. Dwayne Wade cheated for him. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Yeah, he cheated out Aaron Gordon.
I'm gonna just say this last thing because this is the one of the narratives that I've been seeing. So tell me what y'all think about this. I've been seeing that the reason why guys don't take like the dunk contest and just all-star game in general, because remember the PG injury back in 2014, I believe. The
Hold
exhibition game or
on.
whatever.
Hold on.
Yeah. I just
That
wanted
was
to ask,
for
bring that to y'all
Team
attention.
USA. That is a totally different scenario. That is for Team USA.
They saying it spooked everybody, so
oh man, come on, dog.
I can't.
Yeah,
just
I
keep
can't
my
with
to the
that
streets.
one.
You know what I'm saying?
I can't with that one. You know what I'm saying?
Keep my
Like,
to the streets.
that was for Team USA. That's a whole. You have to go hard. You're playing. Stop. Like, they got to stop that. Like, come on. Like, those guys on the floor. You compete. Simple as that. Just compete. We ain't say you ain't got to act like it's game 7. You diving on the floor. You know what I mean? You fouling. You know, like you mismatch hunting and y'all running sets and plays and trying to get the event. We nah.
Floppies and all
Money.
that.
Yeah, just play.
Josh, what up, bro? What's up?
This is why I say stuff like that makes no sense. Because how can they use that excuse saying these guys shouldn't play hard to get hurt, but they go hard in open runs that mean nothing? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
Hoodie Mello got his name through an open run. Through open runs.
That's a fact.
That's what I'm saying. So it's
everybody wanted a hoodie sweater so they could go hoop.
Man, why do you think Nike started making the one that Eric got? Like, just like
Josh
that.
and I know we worked at that place that sold that merchandise, and when it dropped, everybody wanted it so they could go be like Hoodie Mello. Because why? He was hooping in open runs. That's what he was doing
with Chris Brinkley. Yeah.
Yes.
And the Black Ops run. Yeah. Yeah.
I do
in Midtown.
Before we move on from the All-Star talk, I would just want to say this. Even though I dislike this man now, there's only one man that has beaten Steph Curry in a three-point contest. One human being, and that's Joey Harris. We can move on.
That was disgusting.
Oh man.
Unlike
yikes.
That Nick over there, Brooklyn Nets.
Why you throwing shit? What? For what? What I do?
Don't get Eric started. All week.
What I do?
Every time I open Twitter, Eric is at war with the Brooklyn Nets fan base.
I'm just in that bottom of my business.
Don't get Eric started.
That's just a little get back for what you've been doing on Twitter. Just a little get back.
As we transition, second half of the season is upon us, and for real, Reezy, and there's a lot of things that
you know, bro, you know,
there's a lot of things that are happening with teams.
War stories right there, bro.
Obviously, as Eric mentioned at the beginning of the show, the top of the show. A lot of teams have a playoff push to attend to, and super important, right? As we get into the second half of the season, you know, right now in the East, you got it's probably 10 teams right now in the East.
It's 10 teams.
It's 10 teams. You know, after the Hawks, you got the Nets, Raptors, Hornets, Wizards, and Pistons. I think those teams are just going to tank it out for the rest of the year. And then in the West gets pretty dicey. You got about a good 12 teams that are vibing for position right now. And yeah, man. What teams do you think are going to make the biggest leap? And what teams you think are going to have the biggest drop coming off to the second half of the season? Josh.
I think the biggest drop will be held by the Sixers. That team, I don't know. I looked at their schedule in the month of March, and remember when we was talking about Embiid going against the weak teams?
Yeah, their schedule gets pretty rough the second half of the year.
March is ridiculous.
March is hellacious.
So I think the Sixers might fall off into that. Maybe that play-in team. I don't probably not that far, but
right now they're sitting at 32-22 as the 5th seed. So Indiana is a game and a half behind.
Yeah.
That's
I think they might be
2 games behind them. Sorry, they're 2 games behind.
And what about the 7th seed? How far is the 7th seed behind?
7th seed is Miami Heat. They're 30-25, so they're roughly about 4.5.
Yeah, they're tied with the Magic.
Yeah,
I think the Magic too. Yeah,
I think the Sixers might be a playing team just because of that Embiid injury. And Maxey, he seems like an Embiid merchant, so he definitely had his better games.
Maxey straight.
Maxey.
I don't know.
What do he do?
People think he's better than Cam Thomas, but that's a conversation for me.
Copy. What about your West prediction? Biggest fall.
My biggest fall, honestly, I don't see a big fall. The only fall I probably see is probably the Jazz. The Jazz probably fall off from
the
Jazz, right?
The Jazz are 11th right now. They're a game and a half or 2 games out of the 10th spot behind Golden State.
Yeah,
I changed that.
They're full back in the loss column behind the Lakers and the Warriors.
Okay, I changed that. The biggest fall off might be from. I don't want to seem like a hater because I don't hate them. Is either the Timberwolves or the Thunder. One of them young teams is going to be too tiring. They're not used to this. They're
not used to being there.
Yeah,
period.
They're not used to being there. So I think one of those 2 teams are going to fall off, probably to a 4th seed or whatnot. And the biggest riser I would say is probably the Lakers or the Warriors, because the Warriors seems to be that Clay benching lit a fire under them.
It sure did. Yeah, it did. But that's only one game. It's only one game.
It is.
We see them
but
next.
I think that either one of y'all teams, since y'all very bet based, they could have a good run. Steady, petty wins of it.
All right.
Okay.
For me, my biggest fall in the East, I would have to agree would be the Sixers. Just because of their situation, and I wouldn't sleep on Milwaukee dropping.
Same. I agree. Yep.
Same here.
That's my pick.
Milwaukee, I there's a bigger issue underlining there with them, which I think will get addressed in the offseason. But
Doc Rivers getting strayed earlier this morning.
Yeah. JJ Redick was on demon time.
Austin Rivers was like, "Chill, that's my dad. That's my dad."
Yeah.
Pat Bev was like, "Yo, he saved your career, bro."
Yeah, and then JJ Redick went right back at him talking about saved who career. FOH. My biggest riser in the East. You know what? I hate to say it.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna say it.
Uh-oh.
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 It's the New York Knicks. Man.
I knew you.
It's the New York Knicks. I got the Knicks finishing as a 2 seed.
That ain't no hot take.
Because
not a hot take.
Because now getting Randall back, getting Mitchell Robinson back, getting OG back. Regular season.
Dante and iHeart, they're coming back too.
I think those guys are primed for an a second half of the season push. With the struggles with Milwaukee, and I don't believe in Cleveland whatsoever. I think the Knicks would rise from 4 to 2 and be a top 2 seed in the East. JB, if they finish top 2, he for sure would be top 5 conversation for MVP. I
Hell no.
I agree.
Episode 47.
In the West, the biggest drop off, I'm gonna say the Pelicans. Pelicans are sitting at 6. I can see them dropping into to being a playing team as the season wanes. Biggest riser, I'm being biased. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm seeing what this team is doing as of late and how we've been playing,
which is so weird. Like,
yeah, the Lakers have been looking pretty damn good as of late, and I think they actually get to 6, and finish into the playoffs as a 6th seed, and hopefully play the Clippers in the first round. So
they're 3.5 back of the Pelicans for 6.
Yeah, that's very attainable. 3.5, yeah, that's and our schedule is on the way lighter side on the second. We had one of the toughest. We had a top 5 tough schedule to start the season. So we have I think like the 6th easiest, something like that, going into the second half of the season. So I think that bodes well for us. And the thank you, Josh. The addition of Dinwiddie actually has been okay. I thought it was going to be worse. I still have yet to see this. You did say he knows how to play with stars. You did say that. I'm still skeptical though, but I like what I'm seeing from Dinwiddie so far though. Let's go, Eric.
All right, so I'm gonna start with the West first. So for me, the biggest riser, I want to say the biggest riser, but they just been playing well since December, and I don't see them stopping no time soon. Clippers.
Oh God, I know.
Listen, all right, listen. I think they're gonna finish
the
top
Clippers
2
are
in the
legit.
West.
They're legit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them the legit.
And as long as Kawhi and PG are healthy, because we've been waiting for that since 2019, I think this will be the year that hopefully they get out of the West and get to the finals. But only time will tell, and only health. We'll see. The team that I think will have the biggest fall or drop off, I'm gonna go on a limb. We've been like waiting for this team to like start gelling and this and that, and they still got the championship pedigree.
This is for the West.
Don't forget it. Yes, for the West.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Don't count us out. Still, we still got the championship pedigree. Even though we're average at best. I'm gonna say Warriors.
You think they're dropping out of the play-in?
I listen. Hear me out.
Ooh,
I think
that's a hot take.
I think Utah, and remember our first episode, our season preview episode. I had the Warriors winning 50 games.
Oh, yeah, I think I argued with you. I was like, "Yo, you're bum." I said they were a fringe playoff team, and y'all looked at me like I had 60 heads, and I'm like, "Look at it now, look at them now."
I think Houston and Utah. I think they're gonna push really push Golden State. Yes, Houston and Utah.
I think they're
gonna give a push. Too, right? Yeah, oof. Bro, I think Houston and Utah. I think they're gonna make that final push for that last playing spot, and they're gonna have to have a heroic push for Steph and Clay, just to like have them hang on, and they better hope Jonathan Kuminga has a Super Saiyan finish to the season to hopefully hold them on to the last playing spot at 10th.
Wow.
So as far as the East. I think the team that will drop out, or like, I just yeah, I'm gonna say the Bucks because I just don't trust them at all. If y'all still telling me that
By
the
the way,
game winning MVP,
did y'all see Dame name his like favorite starting
yeah,
five, and
yeah,
Giannis wasn't
no
on it?
Giannis, no Giannis, no Giannis.
It was he said him, Steph, LeBron, KD, and Bam Adebayo. That's what he said.
Yeah,
Yo, y'all know that picture, that meme? It got like the three dragons standing next to each other, and two of them look serious, and then the other one look crazy.
Yeah,
That's how
look
Bam.
goofy.
That's how Bam. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to my guy Kendrick Perkins, but that's how Bam out of the bio be looking.
Yeah.
So actually, I got two teams that's gonna fall. I got Bucks and Cavaliers. Bucks, I don't trust them at all. And more importantly, I don't trust the coach one bit. And the Cavaliers, I'm still not sold, even though they won 19 of the last 20 games. I'm still not sold on them.
They're one of the hottest teams in the league.
Yeah, they've been hot since turning the new year, but I'm still
Quietly
not.
surging.
Yeah, no, they won like 18 of the last 19 games, and I'm still not convinced that they're the second best team in the Eastern Conference. So, yeah, those are my two teams that I expect them to fall off. So, and the team that I got on the rise.
Yeah, we know.
Once this team gets everyone back healthy,
We know.
I think they're gonna cause major problems in the East, and they can probably give Boston, the Celtics, a run. But other than that, I think this is the only team that can compete with them, and it's the Knicks. Yeah, I'm just saying it's the Knicks.
Wait,
I
then you
mean,
said the Knicks is the only team in the East that can compete with the Celtics?
yeah, you heard me. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like I didn't
All
say
right.
they're gonna win the but everybody else.
The Knicks, the only team in the East that can contend with the Celtics is the New York Knicks. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
Not the team that beat them
Right.
last year.
Once everybody gets healthy, that Miami Heat team, that ain't the same team from last year. I ain't
Come on,
scared
come
of
on, come
them.
on.
Okay,
I gotta take
the
this.
Cleveland Cavaliers. See, bro,
The Miami Heat
bro.
that played
They
the
don't have,
Celtics 4 times out of the last 4
and
years
there's a
and beat
reason
them
why the
twice.
Celtics don't beat the Heat. There's a reason why the Celtics don't beat the Heat. Okay, they like last year they were down 0-3. They come back 3 straight, and then Game 7, Jason Tatum sprains his ankle, and no one shows up. 2 years ago, they barely got out of Game 7 in Miami. 2020 bubble, they laid an egg, and then
they ain't lay an egg. They just ran into a juggernaut. No one was going to beat the Lakers. I'm sorry. I just got to
no,
put that
talking
out
about
there.
the Celtics.
Oh, the Celtics. Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah.
talking about the Heat. Yeah, the
No,
Celtics.
talking about the Celtics.
Okay.
And
I
then
stand corrected. My bad.
yeah, then 2021, that was they were a playing team. Then 2019, they lost in the second round to the Bucks. So
What they do last year?
they lost in the conference finals.
What?
Yeah,
that's right.
remember.
They swept the Nets,
Oh,
right? You think that was right?
No.
Was it last year?
That
Or
was
the
the
year before?
Sixers.
That was the Sixers. Oh, the year before was the Nets.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Sixers. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2
mean,
years ago.
the Celtics
They
though,
were
like, come on.
they were down
The
0-3
Knicks,
to the Heat, and
the
then
Knicks being the only team I'm sorry, but that's
I'm
a
just
that's a
You see,
statement, bro.
whenever y'all get
Nope.
competent, y'all
Listen,
take
nah, I'm not.
bro.
And I'm listen. I'm not talking. I'm not talking because Knicks. No, I'm looking at their roster is way better than it was last year, and they got to the second round. And now with you mean to tell me
Hey,
I'm getting back Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, OG Anunoby, Dante
you know what?
DiVincenzo,
You know what's crazy,
and also
Eric?
added Alec Burks and Bogdanovich and Ihart.
What?
So you mean to tell me I've got
And I forgot about Bogey. Bogey's a legit pickup. That's a legit pickup. Now, for me, like I said, I got the Knicks as a number 2 seed, but I also got them losing to the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I got them in the conference finals against them, and it's like going back and forth.
Oh,
back and
so
forth.
the Knicks are going to the finals. So just stand on that then. The Knicks are going to.
I said conference finals.
No. You just said the Knicks are the only team that can compete with the Celtics.
That's right. I didn't say they're gonna win the East.
You might as well. You damn near saying it. You're already teetering on the line. I know you are.
Y'all really trying to set me up. I see what's happening. I see what's happening. Y'all really trying to set me up, and then once they come around, and then they lose in the second round. Like episode 58. Clip this.
I'm just.
Yo.
But also, but I think that also they got a much the surrounding cast is much better than last year going to the playoffs. Now I don't have to depend on Jalen Brunson giving me 38 to 41 to 45 points a game to like have to survive
that. He's MVP.
Hey, but I might need a little help. I'm gonna need a little help. You know what I mean? But if he gives me the 45, gives me the 50 piece, and hey, I'll take it and run.
Who you didn't give us your West risers. You said the Knicks. Who's the West?
He said the Rockets.
Oh yeah, no. You said the Clippers. No. Yeah, never mind. He said the Clippers.
I had the Clippers. Where
you get the Rockets from?
No, that was the
Rockets.
He said the Rockets will replace
the Warriors. The Rockets, the Warriors.
Yeah, I said the. Come on, Josh.
So we got to get Armani's take on this too, as well.
Yo,
Josh, I understand. Let Armani go. Hold that thought.
I'm gonna try to be.
I'm not setting you up. I'm just stating facts, B.
All right, for the East.
Hey, Armani, let's just sit back and watch the Knicks and Nets just go at it. I love
it. Yo,
I got my own team to worry about. Like, come on, man.
Look, Harry-L and Jamal, y'all see this? We need y'all on the show. Anyway,
this is not even about the Knicks. This is not.
And then we'll let Armani go because I also want to talk about the Nets, like because the Nets are giving the keys to a role player, the franchise, but that role player talked about the fan base. But needless to say,
I'm gonna try to be
Armani.
So y'all can go ahead and do
Brooklyn Bridges, baby.
Give your take.
Yes,
Brooklyn Bridges, baby.
The energy's high right now. All right,
Manhattan Bridge now.
As far as East, like I really, damn, yo. As I'm looking at this, honestly, I feel like the riser could be the Knicks, bro. It could be. I see them finishing like in third, like just leapfrogging the Bucks because of the Bucks demise and everything. As far as like somebody who's getting pushed back, I don't know. I'll probably go with Indiana. In this case. I think losing Buddy Hield, like Buddy Hield's been on the block every single year, but like just losing that, like I think that kind of hurts a little bit.
Even with them adding Pascal Siakam?
Yeah, bro. Even
Siakam, but Armani calls him Siakam.
Pascal Siakam, or like Josh calls him, running spin man. So
that is come on, man.
Yeah, bro.
All right, moving on to the Western Conference.
that is nasty. Wow. Okay.
Moving on to the Western Conference.
Right, Josh, you really mean that?
Yo, this guy's
something about them 6'9" plus Africans, man. Look at him and Giannis. I'm just saying.
Oh man.
Okay. All right.
Shout out to Brandon Boy.
All right. I got somebody that's I can say that's possibly will decline. I'm gonna go with the Suns. Because like here we go. I'm just waiting again for Bradley Beal to get injured, for.
He's already injured.
Come on, prove my point. Thank you. Thank you.
He's already injured.
Thank you.
Last game.
There
Last
you
game
go.
he got injured.
To prove my point. So yeah. And then as far as like, of course, I'm gonna be biased, man. Second half Lake Show. Come on. I don't know why it's working, but it's working. Like, especially with the personnel that we got. It's very.
You know what's wild though, is that people are like saying what D'Lo's doing is fake, right? And he's had a nice stretch so far. I'm telling you, here's the thing. He's gonna play like this until the playoffs start, and then we're gonna see the real D'Lo. He's setting us up for failure. I'm telling you right now. I see it, bro. Like, we're gonna go on this. Listen, I've been telling everybody, like, this is not fake. This is what like D'Lo really locked in. Until we get to the playoffs, it's a different conversation.
Game 3 in Denver, 2 for 15.
Yeah, that was bad. And it's crazy because the first 2 rounds he played pretty well.
Yeah. They said he giving up shots after the All-Star game.
Hey, listen, he gotta do what he gotta do, man.
Yeah, he been hooping. He's been hooping.
Because Kendrick said a 3rd star on the way, so whatever. He got to play it out. But anyway,
I got some ice in his cup.
Josh, you I know you wanted
to, please,
Josh, you wanted to get back to what Eric was saying with the Knicks. And
it's not just no. It's not about the Knicks. It's just the common theme I hear, and it's even in this comment. Why do people think the Cavs are going to fall off? Like, I feel like they are going to stay where they at because they've been performing this run of 18 games and 18 wins in 20 games was without Garland and Mobley. They just came back.
Mm-hmm.
So if we add in, and they added people, they actually added wings that could shoot this summer.
And
so
Garland's not even having an all-star season this year.
Yeah. I think they're actually better this year than they were last year.
So so here's the thing. I partially agree with you, but the issue to me, and the reason why I said they're gonna fall is because when Garland and Mitchell were on the floor together, that's where like they were like the middle of the pack team. They only started to take off when one of those guys were out, and it was clearly Donovan Mitchell being the guy, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so for me, it's like, okay, when Garland comes back, what does that look like again? Because is Garland going to say, okay, cool, like clearly, which he should take that step back and say, all right, Donovan, this is your show, and I'm here along for the ride. I have to see it in order to be like, okay, where they're going to go. Because I just know when they were fully healthy, they were 4th or 5th seed. And that's just facts. When they were fully healthy. That's my reason. That's all.
I hear you. I just, the Cavs, I'm not, and I don't care nothing about Cleveland. But I feel like that's a heavily slept on team that they just treating that. Donovan Mitchell's playing out of his mind. Jared Allen playing out of his mind.
Absolutely.
And it seems like all those pieces are just clicking. Strauss, they found a random white guy, Sam Merrill. Every year, I'm just going to say it right now. Every year, it's just some one random white guy that's going to shoot 45% from 3. Every year, there's going to be one team that finds that one guy.
The Cavs and the Clippers are the 2 hottest teams right now, hands down. Hands down. So, but yeah, Josh, I can't. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just have to see it. I have to see it when those guys come back. But before we end it, we obviously want to talk about. There's one particular team. Some news came out yesterday. The Brooklyn Nets have fired.
Let him cook.
Jacques Vaughn, and it was, to me, it was already writing on the wall. But also, can I be crazy by saying it ain't all just on him?
Oh, we know that. Yeah, we know that.
Okay.
And I'm sure our audience knows that because I've been saying this for the last year and a half. Wait. Let me put this back on. There's one more guy to go. There's one more guy to go. Job not finished.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't
Listen.
think so.
Listen,
Oh,
this is just a step in the right direction. I don't know what took them so long. And I guess thank you for losing by 50 to the Celtics, because that just had to be like, yo, something got to change here. 'Cause we just played them the night before. We lose by 8. We lose by 15.
Right. What
Yeah,
happened?
that is crazy. That is
Yo.
that basically had a home or back-to-back, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, wait, I'm watching the game like, yo, this ain't nobody knew y'all played. Like, this ain't y'all been scouting this team for the whole week. Y'all played them a night ago, 2 nights ago. You didn't go nowhere. You're playing the same team again.
Right.
They tired just like you tired. So I'm like, 50?
Yeah, 50 is nasty.
You know,
Oh, man.
I'm happy that, you know, this incompetent coach is gone. You know, it means a lot of things. We actually might run an offense, because that offense that I don't know what he was running, to be honest.
Well,
He was freelancing everything.
So no. He wasn't freelancing. The issue was, and I read this and asked a couple people. Jock, his offense was predicated to run around Ben Simmons. And
Simmons.
that is the issue. Why are you building an offensive scheme around a player who didn't even play not even a fraction of the season?
12 games.
He gives you 0.
You see what I'm talking about? Idiotic. If your coach, if Ben Simmons is your initiator, cool. But you're supposed to have a backup plan for a player like Ben, because you know he's not healthy. This is why it's idiotic. They started the season with Ben. Oh, Ben is going to be a point guard. Who is the other point guard?
Yeah.
That's why the other guy that you saw, Sean Marks, this guy that's in my title right here, has to go too. It's the other thing with Jacques Vaughn, and, you know, other than him being not having offensive sets and everything, you bench your best scorer on the team.
Yeah, he did.
And it's common practice for you, because you did it
Free
with
Cam.
Oladipo in Orlando. So it's a theme with you.
Right. That's right.
You hate on guards.
Oladipo did
that are
say that
talented.
too.
You hate on guards that's talented because you wasn't. And I know I wasn't as talented as you to make it to the league, but I know you was jealous of them guys.
He played on Kansas, bro.
That's my problem, and I'm happy he's gone. But job is not finished. It's one more guy that has to go. It's one more guy that has to go. But sadly, I think he's gonna be here for the rest of the season and the next season. Hopefully, I don't wish bad on my team, but if the Nets continue to be this bad, next year he's gone. And then hello, Bob Myers.
Ooh, you saying Bob Myers?
Ooh.
I'm actually so I actually think I have a wild take. I think Bob Myers is gonna go to LA. I think Pelinka is gonna be your guy.
All right, yo, good pod, guys.
I'm just trolling. I just want to see his reaction. I just want to see his reaction. I just wanted to see. No. But no,
He's gonna bring D'Lo back.
Yeah, you know, no, but Bob Myers running the Nets might be something good. It's just would that be conflicting with him running? Because you know he is going to be he's going to have some involvement with the Commanders in the NFL. So like I don't know what
the hiring process.
I you know how that goes. He could be the Doc Rivers advisor. You never know. Also, last week, a podcast had came out, and you know, between 2 Knicks players, by the way of Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, and they had another Villanova brother on the show by way of Mikal Bridges. And he says some things that kind of rub the Nets fan base a little. He ruffled some feathers.
They put him in
Josh,
shambles.
Okay, I mean, I didn't say all that, but Josh, care to chime in on what he said? Do you need a refresher on what he said?
No, I don't need no refresher.
Okay.
I just think he's soft, and
oh god,
I can't say the words because he's on the show, but he is. But
wait. Does it start with a B or does it start with a P?
Yeah, it starts with a B.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ends with an H.
Oh god.
I just
can I buy a vowel?
Listen, my whole problem, my biggest problem with that podcast episode is when it's not even the best player that's talking, crazy. Like Brunson was just chilling. Josh Hart is over here talking trash about your teammate, and you're sitting here like, "Come on, guys, what?" Cam Thomas, he's horrible on the. Well, you're supposed to say, well, let me see you guard him. Like, come on, bro. Like, stick up for your teammate. That's the one.
What Bron said. Bench players talking like starters.
Yeah, and I'm like, yo, Josh Hart, and he keep trying to recruit Mikal, and then it's like, yo, Josh Hart, dummy. If Mikal does get traded to the Knicks, your salary fits his salary. Yeah. You're gonna be gone. Yeah. You're not gonna be there no more. You know that, Josh Hart. I don't know what you think this is, but they gonna trade Dante.
It's like Draymond saying, "Oh yeah, of course, with the whole LeBron thing. Dude, do you realize your salary will have to be in that deal?"
Oh, Drake. Okay, it was Drake who said it.
Like, come on, yeah. That's just my whole thing with the whole thing, and then the fan stuff,
and that's why I think a part of it is why Cam Thomas is not gonna stay a Net for very long. Like, I think after his contract is up, I think he's gonna go to a new team because the whole situation. I think the situation is just stale at this point with him.
Mm-hmm. We'll see when we get there, but that's what kind of let's just focus on mid-kill for a minute. But mid-kill, right? And then he goes on to talk about fans.
Mid-kill is crazy.
Mid-kill.
He goes on to talk about the fans, and it's like, okay, we get it. But maybe the fans will have some hope and show up and cheer for the team if you wasn't mid, if your twin was actually a good basketball player.
Who's his twin?
Cam Johnson.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. Just want to know who he was talking about.
They call each other. Yeah.
90 million. 90 million.
It's like if the team was actually performing to at least decent standards, like just show hustle, show heart, the Barclays would cheer for you. But how you want us to cheer when you're giving half? Yo, bro, Amania, look. Mikal has not been a good defender at all this year. What are we cheering for?
It's not that. It's just, and this, like, and we always clown you for this, but like when you're in the city of New York City, right? And especially like they show clips. They was talking about that game where the block happened and Julius Randle dunked the ball and the crowd went crazy. That was crazy. Ain't nobody.
It did sound like the Garden. I was like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah,
this is kind of wild.
The volume was deafening. Ain't nobody fans of the Nets, and I hate to say that for you, but
All right. Nobody. All right. Nobody's a fan. Nobody's a fan of the Nets. But anytime that happens in Barclays, it's this big national news. But when it happens in the Garden, nobody says anything. Because I hear it in the Garden, let's go Heat. I hear, let's go Lakers in the Garden. I hear Brooklyn in the Garden. Nobody talks about it.
That's true.
Every time it's in Barclays, that's how I know this is BS. And it's something against the Nets.
You're right.
Because Barclays is a whole national thing. We don't got fans. But when it's in other teams' arenas, I don't hear nothing. I don't hear a peep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Okay.
It happened to the
fair.
Lakers, I think, once this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Where what we got out chanted?
Yeah, I forgot. It was recent too. It
But
was
no, but Josh, I get you though. That's a fair point. That's definitely a fair point. I
But-
just think I'm trying to figure out how to put this into words, but I think it's more of the aspect of where the people are from. They chant for where they're from and not for the team, if that makes sense. So like my dad, right? My dad used to be a season ticket holder for the Brooklyn Nets. Because emphasis on Brooklyn, that's the reason why he went. My dad didn't really care about basketball like that, but he went to the games, got the scarf, was on the Brooklyn Nets TV show, went to the meet and greets because he's a Brooklyn born. You feel me? I mean, that was the era where Joe Johnson and D. Will and Brooke Lopez was there. He ain't there about them, but that emphasis on
that was
Brooklyn.
dark times.
Brooklyn having their own team, like even like I was like, yo, like, all right, the Brooklyn got his own team. That's fine. I'm gonna still be a Laker fan, but like, of course you chant Brooklyn because that's where you're from. But like, I don't think from the team aspect, like people really cared about the team.
That's still BS. Because you've been to a playoff game. We went to a playoff game together.
Yeah.
Against the Sixers.
Yeah.
And how was that crowd?
Yeah, it was crazy. That jump was
Exactly.
crazy. That jump was crazy.
If you at least show effort, because that season was ass until D'Lo and all those guys started showing effort, and how that Brooklyn crowd was that whole season.
That jump was crazy. But I'll tell you this,
and that series was lit too. Like that was the Dudley era, right?
Yeah. Jared Dudley.
Just
Yeah.
show effort, show something. The crowd will cheer for the team.
But also, I'm about to prove your point. So I went to the game where I went to Game 4 last year where Philly swept them, and Mikal missed like every three. So I'm proving your point. And nobody was saying Brooklyn. So I feel
and to be honest, Amani, people probably bought those playoff tickets because KD was on the team until February. People was like, maybe
you can't sell them now. You ain't getting 400 for them tickets anymore.
Don't season ticket holders get the included
Say it
joint?
again?
Don't season ticket holders get included joints for the postseason if they make it?
It depends on the packages that they get. But
Yeah, they can.
Yeah.
So it's like, bro, what
stuck with them tickets.
We started the season with KD and Kyrie, and we ended it with Mikal and Cam Johnson.
Sheesh. When you put it like that.
What you expect
right,
man.
You were like,
yeah.
Because when it matters, Brooklyn does cheer. Look, KD alone against the Bucks. That crowd was going crazy.
Yeah. That 51-point overtime game.
Yeah. And plus, like, even from my point of view, I think we had got knocked out of the playoffs. That was 2021, right?
Yeah, we lost in the first round.
That was 2021.
Yep. We got knocked out of the playoffs. So like, I remember being at a cookout.
But whatever.
I remember being at a cookout, like, yo, the Nets is about to win the chip. There's about to be a parade on Eastern Parkway. Like from Brooklyn.
I was convinced it was going to be Nets and Lakers in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
And then after AD got hurt, I was like, yeah, Nets are going to take it off. Like, Nets going to win it all.
But
and then Giannis did what he, Giannis
chill.
People said I was wilding back then, but no.
but yeah, like
hindsight.
From Brooklyn's point of view, they was about to have a championship. You know what I'm saying? Like on Eastern Parkway, Flatbush, Atlantic Ave, wherever you was gonna have it. But it was about to be a parade in Brooklyn for the Nets before the Knicks. Like that's what was crazy at, bro.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen,
wow.
That's my whole thing. The crowd, people just love to use that because people, all right, old heads don't pay attention to us. The old media figures don't pay attention to us until it's like really bad and they be like, oh, what's wrong with the crowd? Bro, the crowd is fine when the team is fine.
Yeah.
That's it. When the team is dog shit, what you expect us to do? Just still cheer aimlessly? Yeah. What we cheering for?
Yeah.
They're not even playing the guy that could score for us.
Yeah. Yo, I seen the kid with a Cam top. Matter of fact, he had on a coat, and I seen 24 in the front. I'm thinking, I'm trying to give him the benefit. I'm like, yo, that's a customized jersey. I'm like, yo, let me see your jersey. Man pulled up the jacket. It said Thomas on the back. I was like, oh, I was like, I gotta tell Josh this, bro. I gotta tell Josh this. Yo. He's like, yeah, he's my favorite player. I was like, oh, okay.
Armani, you know what who Cam Thomas's favorite player is?
Man, come on now, we already know this, man.
So you already know where he going. Anywho, so
that's a segue.
Hey man, that is a segue.
The Lakers are good at picking up sloppy seconds, with great players.
Wow.
The Lakers are actually a great. You know what, Josh? You can have that.
That's why I didn't say anything.
That was a factual comment.
It is fact. That's why I didn't say anything.
But we win championships with those second sloppy seconds. Whatever.
JaVale McGee.
But Cam Thomas's favorite player.
No disrespect to JaVale McGee. Like, no, I agree. I appreciate you.
Listen. I always said this, that the Lakers are the greatest farm system that there is in basketball, because if you go there and you ball out on a 1-year deal, you're going to get a nice contract to another team. I.e., look at Malik Monk right now.
What about Lonnie Walker?
No, Lonnie Walker's still on a minimum.
Nah, he's on a minimum.
But
I don't know what you're talking about with that, because then it showed that he turned out at $74 million and never been the same.
That was his fault, though. The deal was on the table. I don't care, and he could lie all he wants about. Oh, my agent said that the deal was done. Stop lying. I know for a fact, factual, like information, evidence. I know for a fact that deal was there. And Dennis was like, nah, I think I can get more than that. And Rob was like, okay, go ahead, brother.
I have my people, call your people.
Right. But what I wanted to get into lastly before we ended the pod, as I said, Cam Thomas's favorite player is Kobe Bryant. And myself and Armani had the liberty of being in Los Angeles last week to see the unveiling of the Kobe Bryant statue that was put up in front of crypto.com/Staples Center, the house that Kobe built. And
I thought they changed it back. I'm not gonna lie.
No. It's always gonna be Staples Center for me. But and man, what an experience that was. I didn't get to see it the first day it went out, because like we went to the game and it was just the way they had it set up, how you leave the game, you can't go back in. It was just crazy. So I got to see it on another day myself, just up close and personal. And that was an experience, man. The feels came back, emotions came back, thinking about him, and just being able to just like, and it's crazy because the statue is bigger than any other statue that's there. So it's
on a pedestal, like,
right, yeah. So it's super detailed. It has all his accolades, stats. You know what I'm saying?
His nickname, his middle name, and his nickname.
Right.
Crazy.
The championship trophies surrounding him. I'm sure you've known already. The pose is from the 81-point game that he did when he checked out the game. Phil Jackson, low-key a hater, because he could have had 100 that night. But all in all, it was a great experience to see that statue up and close. And man, for me, it was just all I was able to do, just think about him and just think about like how he would feel at this moment, seeing the statue, and it's just he's forever immortalized now, and there will be 2 more statues coming. One with 24, because the one obviously that's up now is number 8, so there'll be a 24 one, and there'll be another one with him and Gigi. So I suspect the 24 one will happen this summer, in August, either his birthday or Mama Day or whatever the case may be. Mama Day meaning not in April, but Mama Day 8/24/2024, or 8/8/24.
Come on, man. You know what's about to happen, man.
Yeah, yes, I'll be out there for that for sure.
JetBlue.
JetBlue, United, whatever.
Even though y'all kicked me off the flight because y'all said y'all was trying to fix a unit and it took y'all like 2 hours to figure it out. But
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I have
Ernest,
no
I got a
problems.
question.
I have
I
no
asked
problems with
someone.
United.
I got a question.
Yes.
Since y'all be in LA a lot, like y'all be checking in.
Wait, what? It's a family show, bro. Check it in. I mean, hey, listen, I talk to who I gotta talk to.
It took me a while to understand when he was asking me the question. Like, he asked me the question last night. I'm like, man, what are you talking about?
But yeah,
I'm wearing the hats and all that comfortable out there.
Listen. You know why we here, anyway.
Yeah, just don't mess with the party, heard?
Yo, listen.
Party, you heard?
Listen,
Yeah.
we good. We stand. But Armani, you want to give your thoughts on your experience at the statue?
It was crazy, man. Just that entire week was like probably one of the best weeks of my life. To be able to see that. I try to go live. I know Eric had P, but I try to go live on the podcast page, like walking in, but like the feelings just hit me. You know, everything came back. Like I don't even think I don't get emotional like on the day he passed. I don't get emotional on, sometimes I get emotional on Mamba Day, like when I see the game of him hitting the free throws to get 60 on the way out. If I see, a clip of him getting 81 or raising a trophy, like I get very like, not like into tears, but like, just teared up a little bit. But that just seeing that is crazy, man. Like just seeing the statue. If y'all don't know out there to the audience, the statue unveiling was a private event. So it was like for family, friends, coaches, few players as well too that was able to see the statue. The statue was under a tent the day it got revealed, which had many Laker fans like upset and disappointed and stuff. So, I was able to see it the next morning at 10 a.m. LA time, and the feeling just came back, and being in that space just I was having a conversation with a few people about this, but like I know I was talking to my girl about it. I was talking to my homie Isaiah, shout out to him. But God just met online and he was saying just how Kobe brought like people of different ethnicities, religions, races, like just communities all together. And
Facts.
and it's really crazy. Like when you sit back and think like, I don't want to say the only other person, but like somebody that comes to mind that's able to do something like that is like Michael Jackson, like on that type of level, So to be in that space with fellow Laker fans and also, um, and having the opportunity to meet him, I had a picture of me and him on the shirt, and just I was just so emotional that day, and people felt my pain, and we was all able to grieve together because when everything went down, obviously we weren't able to go out there. It was COVID and everything, so like the city was torn. They lost Nip a year ago, and then they lose Kobe. So it was a lot, and especially the world being in jeopardy as well too. So to come back and in that space and everything hits you is just it's crazy, man. It was really crazy, but definitely a joy to be there to see the statue, like all its accolades and stuff. Like they really took their time with it, even though I did see some craziness on social media. I always got to bring some light to it. They said one of the posts I seen is I asked for a P5 and got a P3. They said somebody said Jamal Crawford. And then
It was calling him Andre Ingram.
Andre Ingram.
Yeah.
Wait.
I ain't gonna lie. I laughed at that one because I was like, all right, I can see that one.
Wait.
I was like, all right, you got me. All right, you got me with that one.
They said they said Young Dolph, and
That is crazy.
and they said Mr. Fantastic because one arm it looks like it's
Now,
they
somebody said that that looked like Andre Blatch. I was like, all right.
whoa.
I was like, all
that's
right.
OG. You talking about that's OG?
Yes,
Wow.
yes,
Baseline jumper Andre Blatch.
Yes.
I know they rushed it, but people are gassing it
yeah.
now.
I was like,
But all in all, though, I think it's dope that they're giving him 3 statues.
But I responded to that by saying what Vanessa said. Tough shit.
Tough shit, straight up.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool with it. And plus, you know, it was from his 81-point game. And the reason why, like, I was having this conversation, I think with you, Ernest, my uncle, and shout out to my boy, brother D. But that game has a lot of importance to him itself, not because he dropped 81, but because his grandfather passed away, and that happened to be his birthday.
Yep.
And that was the first time his grandmother seen him play.
Exactly.
So that it's bigger than basketball. It's family.
Yeah.
It's family. So I thought that was like very touching as well too. And you know, coming in thinking, I was thinking that it was going to be like a platform, but 2 statues of 1/8, 124 coming out of it, because I get the whole put one number on the front, another in the back, but I think you're just doing the other number that's on the back like a disservice, low key. Because like when you look at a statue, you see it from the front. Like you're not going behind the statue.
But he also had 2 whole careers that were damn near identical.
Right,
in stats
two Hall of Fame careers
with 2 different numbers. So you gotta 8 and 24. Like if you just take the things he did in number 8 on all his stats, that's a Hall of Famer. You take the same thing with number 24, it's a Hall of Famer. 2 different players, Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying?
So both incredible moments in both. And like I was just really happy to see my guy immortalized. Like finally, like this is it. I didn't get a chance to go to the Hall of Fame ceremony, obvious reasons, and I felt like that was going to be a private event. But I was still trying to figure out how to get my way in there because I wanted to see his Hall of Fame ceremony. I feel like we all did. We all wanted to hear what he had to say, and the fact that we will probably never know and what he would say. And this was like. This I'm okay with this. I greatly appreciate this, and everybody, Laker Nation, you know, it was like one big family. Everybody was respectful out there. You know,
sure.
People left memorabilia and stuff like that. Like
and like
crazy.
people were like crying.
Yeah, I
even when I went, I got emotional and stuff and teared up and people were coming over like, yo, it's gonna be okay. And like, I'm looking around and people are crying. And I went days after.
I don't know these people, right?
Exactly.
I don't know these people at all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I'm out there hugging random people, like it's, and everybody's just like, yo, it's gonna be all right. I'm like, but like, he was big into basketball for us. He's a life lesson. So yeah, like I said, to be in that space, it was a joyful experience. Very emotional, but it was very joyful.
Yeah, for sure. And lastly, I just want to get into women's college basketball because as you know, Caitlin Clark, she broke the all-time scoring record for women's college basketball. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. She is going to be a problem when she gets to the W. I also saw in person though. I went to go see USC versus Arizona at USC. Pretty cool game I went to go see, and I saw Juju Watkins in person for the first time, and man, let me tell you, she is going to be a problem. Like Maya Moore, Arizona ran a boxing one all night long, and there was nothing. And she had a bad shooting night. She put up 30 plus. She had a bad shooting night. She was like 1 for 5 or 0 for 5 or 0 for 6 from 3. Something like that. I think it was 1 for 5 from 3. Shot barely over 30% from the field. Had like 4 blocks, a couple rebounds. But like, no matter what, it was just like they tried to do everything in their power. Arizona tried to do everything in their power to try to stop this woman, and they just couldn't. And I'm telling you right now, just seeing her in person, she took. So it was 2 plays where impressed me the most. She gets the defensive rebound. I think this is in the second quarter. She's coming down full speed. One woman fast break, full speed. Stop on a dime, pull up 3, cash. All in rhythm. You're like, it was just like, hold on. And then in the second half, they're running a box and one. She comes off a pin down, gets the ball to top of the key, jabs, Kobe-esque, dribbles to her right, turns to her left, rises up, fadeaway, baseline, jump shot. Cash, 3 defenders on her. I'm like, hold on. Like, I get Bronny is the cash cow, right? So to speak, right now for USC, because obviously affiliation. But Juju, man, brother, she's the real deal. So I just want to shout out Juju Watkins, and she's gonna be a beautiful thing to watch in the W and coming soon. So, but other than that, ladies and gentlemen,
shout out Juju, man. Next Maya Moore.
That's a fact. She definitely, her game is definitely modeled after Maya Moore, just the makeup of how she plays. So, but all in all, thank you guys for another great episode 58. And looking forward to now the second half of the season. It's gonna get real dicey and spicy. So, looking forward to some exciting basketball after what we saw last weekend during the All-Star game. We need some redemption from that. So, but peace and love, everyone, and we'll holla at y'all.
Peace.
It's a hella.